Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Shreyas and prayas. These two come to us in every occasion, every situation. And if we are able to clearly see the distinction between them, we will be able to choose. Any knowledge is to make us able to make choices. Knowledge is of no use if we are incapable or we don't make choices. A person who is not educated has very little choice. Even as we claim ourselves to be educated, but we do not make many choices. We make choices only with respect to what we like and what we don't like, not what is right and what is wrong. So Shreyas and prayas, they are considered to be having two different purposes. Shreyascha prayascha manushya metaha tau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha shreyo hi dhiropi prayaso vrinite prayo manto yogakshemat vrinite. A dhira purusha viveki is able to choose the Shreyas for mokshartham, for personal emancipation, release. And others, mandaha, they choose only prayas. For what purpose? Yogakshemat. Now one may say that is it not this moksha prapti or mokshartha is a personal selfish ones? One may think so. In that case, all of you are selfish only. Why did you leave your country and come here? There is a purpose why you came here. What you could not get there, what you could not achieve there, what you would not have been able to achieve there, you would have found a place, an opportunity, and then you left your family, left your friends, and left your homeland and came here and said, I am going to explore this. Every one of us looking for opportunities to grow ourselves to the next level. So here Nachiketas is a Shreyarthi. Why? Because he says, I do not find myself fulfilled with what is being given to me. He, as a young boy, has gained so much of insight into life. He says, these things, whatever is being offered to him, is not at all of any joy, content, fulfillment. So therefore, here, understanding the maturity of Nachiketas, here in the next verse number 3, Yama says, Sattvam priyan priyarupamscha kaman abhidhyayan nachiketotyasrakshihi naitam srinkam vittamayim avapto yasyam majjanti bahavo manushyaha. Tvam, you, priyan priyarupanscha kaman, most desirable priyan, that which are going to give you a lot of joy, priyarupan, of the nature of all entertainment, and entertainment in the form of beautiful to see, have company with, kaman, desires. Abhidhyayan, manasa alochayan, having thought about it, hey Nachiketa, you atyasrakshihi, atisrishtavan, you have just given up the whole thing. Even though they are kaman, kamarupan, priyarupan, even though they are all so attractive, so joyful, so indulging, make you sense, indulge, etc. Na etam sringam vittam. All these various richest thing I gave you, and various shringam means also karma phalan, vittamayim, of the nature of wealth, avaptaha, even though as you have gained, yasyam majjanti bahavo manushyaha. Yasyam, in those pleasures and entertainments, usually bahavaha manushyaha, usually all people, majjanti, they sink. But you, na etam shrungam majjitavan. You are not the one who has sunk in this. You escaped. You had a better vision of things. And that is because of your not vairagya, not the dry vairagya, not bitterness, not failure, not unhappiness, not disappointment, but thinking. Abhidhyayan, thinking about it. That is the one thing we all forget to do. Everything we will do, but thinking is the last thing that we do. Only if we can clearly see things based upon what we have learned and understood, we can distinguish between Shreyas and Preyas. That which will make me independent and happy, Shreyas. That which temporarily gives me happiness, Preyas. But our vision being short-sightedness, we do not have Durdarshan. 3 women, senior citizens, they were talking. Senior means what? They want to see everything near. That's called senior citizens. So she said, one lady said, she was wearing glass, she was putting on the glass. Said, I put on the glass only when I want to see something close to me. Oh, okay. So other lady said, I put on the glasses only when I want to read something. The third one said, I put on the glass only when I open my eyes. Obviously, what else you can do? With the eyes closed, you need a glass. One person was dreaming and shouted at his wife, come on, bring the glasses, my dreams are very hazy. You don't need glasses to wear when you are dreaming. Our eyes are, we short-sightedness. We have very short-sighted approach to life. Therefore, these two things, Shreyas and Preyas, having two different courses in our life. So that is said here in the next verse. Duramete viparite vishuchi avidyaya cha vidyeti jnata vidyabhipsinam nachiketasam manye Natva kama bahavo lolupanta. Ete viparite. Ete, these two, avidya tata vidya. Both are feminine, therefore ete avidya tata vidya. Duram ete. Duram means far. Antaram ityartaha. Antara means difference, deviated, distinct. Kalasya antaram darshayati tatsmat karanat calendar idi uchyate. What is calendar? It shows the antara between kala. That's why kala antara. That's the calendar. Kalantara also means death, but that's a different thing. Far is the two different courses. Avidya, vidya cha iti. Avidya ya cha vidya iti jnata is known. Vishuchi. Vishuchi means binna phale. They are having two different kinds of results also. One is for moksha, another is for abhyudaya. When you are doing the sankalpa also, the priest says abhyudaya nishreyasa praptartam. Right? See, nishreyas is shreyas. Abhyudaya is prosperity. But our priests are very good. They want both. Nishreyasa abhyudaya praptyartam. Nishreyas is moksha. Abhyudaya means prosperity. But the two different courses. One is karma, another is jnanam. See, abhyudaya word you should understand. In Sanskrit, abhi ud aya. That's called abhyudaya. And opposite of that is called pratyavaya. Prati ava aya. Aya means to go. Ayati, goes. Prati ava aya means going in the opposite direction and down. Ava means down. So anything that you do that makes you go down in your life, it's called pratyavaya. It's also called side effects. So when you take a medicine for one purpose, everything else goes down. So pratyavaya. Whereas abhyudaya means abhi, approaching, ud, going up, ayanam. So it is about lifting up, going up, progressive. But abhyudaya in general means prosperity. Nishreyas on the other hand means moksha. So here he says avidya abhyudayartam, vidya nishreyasartam. So they have two different things, because if one is looking for only worldly wealth and people and other things, then it is abhyudaya prapti, no doubt, but it is a golden cage. Golden cage. It is a cage, all right, but made of gold. So you are feeling very happy about it. I'm living in golden cage. Cage is a cage, whether it's gold or not gold. So avidya cha vidyeti jnata. Why it's called vishuchi, having different phalas, different results. But Nachiketasam, I consider Nachiketas as what? Manye vidya abhipsinam. One is like vidyarthi iti. I am clear that Nachiketas is a vidyarthi. Vidya abhipsinam. Abhipsa, ipsa, desire. So he the one who is seeking vidya, the knowledge. And what knowledge? Atma vidya ati. So natvam kama bahavo alolupanta. To you, tvam, na kamaha, not desire, alolupanta. They did not make you greedy or make you seek more and more. So, therefore, I consider Nachiketas as a most fit student for this knowledge. He tried to tempt him in different ways, but Nachiketa was steadfast on it. No, I am clear about what the third one I want. See, interesting, when Sri Rama was sent away to forest, there were only two. How many boons she asked for? Two or three or four? How many boons she asked? Kaikeyi asked? Two only, no? Not three, okay. So when she asked for Rama to go to the forest for 14 years and Bharata to be ruling the kingdom, having listened to his, Rama says to Sita, you understand, there's the third which she did not understand that she gave it to me. What? Satsang. All the time, these 14 years, I am living in the forest with the rishis and munis, and they have been giving me satsang. That is the third boon which I got, which she indirectly gave to me. So I had the joy of living in solitude and enjoying this company of the Mahatmas. So here he says the third boon which I have asked for is very clear. What is beyond death? That very thing exists or not exists. I'm sure that it exists, but I want to know the knowledge how to reach there. But then here Yama continues to say that what happens, see, earlier he said two different paths, Shreyas and Preyas. So Nachiketa has looked for Shreyas, very clear. But those who are taking to Preya Marga, what happens to them? It is said in the next verse, Avidyayam antare vartamana Swayam dhira pandidam manyamana Dam dramyamana pariyanti mooda Andenaiva niyamana yathandha. This last statement is a very famous one. Blind leading the blind. It is there in every religion. Those who think that they are men of knowledge and they start leading others, imagine that condition. The fellow is blind and how does he lead anybody else? But that is the case. Who are those people? Avidyayam antare vartamana. They are in the middle of ignorance. Antare madhyame. They are in the middle of utter ignorance. What is avidya? Here it is not lack of knowledge, but lack of choice. Some people may have all the learning, but they don't make the choice. What to do? That's why it is said the scholars talk, saints walk. The scholars know what to say, but they don't follow it. अगले जन्म में देखेंगे भाई इस जन्म में वो फंस गया मैं in this world, in this life I am gone. So avidyayam antare madhyame vartamanaha, they are enveloped. Vartamana means they are completely caught up in that. But what is their thinking? Swayam dhiraha. But they consider themselves as vivekis. Pandidam manyamanaha. They think that we are all pandit, of men of great knowledge. Pandityam yasyastidi panditaha. One who is panda yasyastidi. Panda means one who has correct understanding. But in the pandas you go, especially some of the northern temples, you go, my God. Once we went to this place, what is called Puri Jagannath. The Bhagavan, you cannot see Bhagavan. The Pandit will stand in front of you, Dedo. And you have to push him literally below and bit before you see God. Why? Because they make money out of what they have done, what they have learned, and they are the middlemen between you and God. So those people who are only seeking wealth and name and fame, etc., out of that knowledge also. Swayam dhiraha pandidam manyamanaha dramyamanaha. Dram means to move about or wander about. Dramyamana, reduplicate perfect it is called. Continuously caught up and keep going round. You might have seen that particular animal, some people's house I have seen. What is it called? No, that one which... What is it called? Hamster. Huh? They do morning till evening. All that they. And they get tired, eat something, and then again. You may laugh at it, that's what we also do. Morning till evening, daily the same thing. No change at all. Dram yamana. Moodaha pariyanti. They wander about. Parigachanti. They just imitate all others. That's all it is. Constantly we keep imitating. What different thing that you have done than your neighbors or your parents? Same thing. It is like one person went to a movie and then he sat there. In front of him, maybe a tall guy came and sat. So you can't see anything. So he said, sir, can you just sit behind? I can't see anything. He said, whenever I laugh, you laugh. Whenever I cry, you cry. That's all. That's what we do. Whatever makes others cry, we also cry. Others make others, we also happy. हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं है. Independent thinking is not there. It's just imitate. I've seen many of them also, when they read this book, exactly verbatim they repeat. That's all. Oh yeah, that's what written there. Arey, aap socho na. Think yourself. The Pandit look, that's why the Gurudev used to say the professors will have old dilapidated notes that they have been using it for the past 25 years. And they exactly tell the joke exactly the same point every time when they say the same thing. Why? Because there's no independent thinking. Go on using the same notes over and over again. When you listen to them, your body gets numb, your head gets dumb. Dram yamanaha pariyanti moodaha. And they are like what? Andena niyamanaha yata andaha. Andaha, they are blind. Andena niyamanaha. What is the anda here? We are going by what the senses want. What the body wants, what the mind wants, what the intellect wants. But they never had the vision of what that moksha prapti is about. They only do what is demanded by the body, mind, intellect. BMI. It's called a bommai in India. Living like merely a toy in the situations of life. क्या करें, प्रारब्ध है. अरे पुरुषार्थ भी है. So you say anything wrong goes on where you don't do anything. Prarabdha hai, kya kare? Prarabdha hai, don't eat tomorrow. Why? That is purushartha. When you choose to eat something, that choice you make is a purushartha, right? If everything is prarabdha, you should not do even that. But when it is convenient, we say purushartha. When it is not convenient, it is prarabdha. So such people are the blind people, going merely by what the karmendriyas or the sense organs dictate terms. See, understand one thing, as I said yesterday, if I want to go to the other end of the room, what I have to see, and then I go there. So I use a jnana indriya called the eyes to see where I am going. But even there, you have to little more think about it. It is not the knowledge, it is not the eyes which decide to look at that. It is the mind that is deciding to look at it. Is it the eyes planning to go there? No. It is the mind that is deciding to go there, using the eye as a means to see and making the leg to go there. So you're using the mind. In the mind again, it is not the mind, it is the knowledge. Why you want to go there? Is it not the intellect which has a reason to go, asking the mind to see how to go, and making the body to see where to go, and make the body to go? Is it not? So you have to go find out where exactly is the starting point. And a moksharthi, one who seeks this, even will question the intellectual intentions. Why I need that? That's what he has done, Nachiketas. Why do I need it? If I may believe or may wrongly conclude that it has happiness, that's a wrong conclusion. Objects do not have happiness. It's a notion that I have. I have superimposed the idea, adhyas. So therefore, avidya means here what? Not using the correct understanding. Avidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhira pandidam manyamanaha dramyamanaha paryanti modaha ante nevaniyamana yadantaha. Such people who do not even think that there is a world beyond. There is a possibility of going beyond these limitations. Nasamparaya pradibhati bhalam pramadyantam vittamohena moodham ayam loko nasti parayiti mani punah punarvashamapathyate me. Samparaya, the world beyond. Samparaya means sampara iryate idi samparaya. That which makes you go beyond the present experience. Para iryate, samparaya. And samparaya, this world beyond, which is na pradibhati, it doesn't reveal itself. To whom? Balam. Balam means avivekinam. Balam means one who is living still in that condition of not inquiring. That's called bala. A child, what do you call a child? Child is one who is in the process of seeing but not thinking. It is seeing, it is being told what it is. This is apple, this is table, this is chair. It is told and it repeats itself. That's all it does. Whereas a grown-up one is asked, why apple is not orange, why orange is not this, and that question starts. And that's why the parents get very annoyed. Why sky is blue? Why birds fly, we don't fly? So the man would say, when you grow up, you will know it. The boy looks at him, you didn't? You have not grown up, but you don't know? Daddy, me asking such questions makes you very unhappy? No, Dad, no, beta. Unless you ask, how will you grow? I'm asking, you're not telling me anything. So, Bala means one who does not do inquiry, does not ask questions. Avivekinam na samparaya pradibhati. It doesn't reveal itself. Pramadyantam balam. Erroneous, inadvertence, continuously making mistakes. And through mistakes also they don't learn. That's why it's called bala. So when your small child is making mistakes, don't do that. Again he does. Kiddish. Don't we say that? But if it is a 25-year-old does the same thing, what do you say? Dimag nahi hai kya? Don't you think? I told you last time and you also know it is wrong. Behaving kiddish. Meaning what? Pramadyantam, constantly making errors. Pramadam, pramada means pramada. The word is pramada means being mad, being crazy, being not clear, unhealthy thinking, inadvertent thinking, erroneousness. Pramadyantam. And it is not that people he is addressing is not. Vittamohena moodham. People who are deluded by the illusion of wealth. Vittamohena moodham balam na samparaya pradibhati. The world beyond is not even a field of inquiry for those people who are caught up in the illusion of wealth. Not thinking. And what is their declaration? I am lokaha eva. There is only this world. Na para iti mani. Nothing beyond. Only this world is true and there is nothing beyond. They are called charu akas, as I told you before. Their materialistic perception is what? Only this is true and there is nothing beyond this. This is the perception of people who would not do anything good to anybody. Why? Because why should I do? If somebody says that you should do good to others, then you will ask what others are doing then. Their question is, you must do say what others. What are they doing then? Always ask, if I do anything, what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? So our engagement in this world is only when I get something out of it immediately. But all religions would say that if you do this, you will get, in other words, whether it is going to heaven or anything else. But there is paraloka, there is other world. Paradesha. Paradesha means paradise. It's called paradesha. So he says, ayam lokaha na asti para. There is nothing beyond. Idimani. This way they think. Such people, punaha punaha, again. The Mrityu says, punaha punaha me vasham apadyate. Again and again, I see them coming back. Oh, you came again. Oh. Go. One more chance, you go. I consider being born as a human being is a correction facility. This is a correction facility where we are allowed to make mistake but correct ourselves also. But instead of that, we continue to do the same mistake, then what will you do? One judge was there and he said to this guy who came, a thief was caught and he was brought. This is the 6th time I'm seeing you in 6 months. You continuously, again and again, you commit mistake and come back. Are you not ashamed? The judge asked. That fellow arrogantly said, for the 6 months I am seeing you as a judge. Have you not moved up? What an arrogance. So what is he saying? These people who have no other vision, they come back to me again and again. Punah punah me vasham apatyate. Lord Yama says they come back again and again to me. And so when they come, I say, again, you have come. Yes, why? I learn anything. Go, learn again. Do something better. Again, make the same mistake and come back. So, this knowledge which I am going to impart to you, Nachiketa, is something which is going to release you from all such punarapi maranam puranapi jananam, this continuous rebirth, birth and death and birth and death and birth and death. We are not tired at all. You know why? Because we forget. That's the thing. Whatever we have done in the past, stupidity, we don't even remember, continue to do the same thing. So here, Bhagavan, here Yama says, this knowledge that I am going to impart to you is exquisite and exclusive. As Krishna says in Gita, royal secret. I am going to give you this knowledge, and even to listen to that is very rare. Shravanaya bibahubiryo nalabhyah Shrunvantopi bahavo yam na vidyuhu Ascharyo vakta kushalosya labdha Ascharyo jnata kushalanushishtaha यह आत्मा श्रवणाय अपि for even to listen bahubihi for many people na labhyah, not available. It is not available, but they are not available. Shastra is always there. And people who are teaching that are also there. But we are not available. Kya kare? Shravanayaha api, shrotum api, na labhyaha atma vidya. For many people, this is as though very rare. Yes, it is rare. Why? Because you are not tuned to it. So you are all of us are blessed because of the grace of Gurudev and the parampara. Is it not? If Gurudev decided not to come down to teach, I'm telling you, he was the forerunner during his times. Many people followed him. Afterwards, many other people who probably may not be of Chinmaya mission also, but they all have followed the trend that he created, that go to the people and talk to them about it. Even Shivanandaji Maharaj, who was aware, who was well-read, etc., he did not come down to teach people. He stayed only in the Himalayas. Taponji stayed only in the Himalayas. Many of them stayed in one place. Ramana Maharshi and many others stayed in one place. The people went to them. But it was Gurudev who changed the whole trend. I will go to people. And so people they started to ask him, why you want to do this? Not all of them are qualified to listen. Why you want to tell people? He said, if they are not qualified to listen, they won't come. They won't even understand. Shrunmanto bahavo yam na vidyuhu. Shrunvantaha, even those who listen, bahavaha, many people, yam atmajnanam na vidyuhu. They won't understand. Swamiji said something. What did he say? Something he said. Gurudev used to say, this is a cross-ventilation takes place. You may read the entire book, but you will not understand. When Gurudev used to say that when he would go to many cities every year when he would go there and say, last year what did we see as a subject matter? Same subject, Swamiji, Atma Vidya. But which text? A text, I have to go and see at home which book I have got. Which I forgot. That's why he started the study group, etc. Make sure that you continue to study. It's not just study, steady. It has to be steady also. So even to listen for many people, it is not available. Even after listening, you don't understand. Shrunvantopi bahavo yam na vidyuhu. Why you don't understand? Asamskrita atmana na vidyuhu. Asamskrita atman, meaning those who don't know Sanskrit. No, Samskrita means mind is not pure. When the purity of mind is not there, knowledge will not stay. Knowledge is like, if you look like a liquid thing, if the vessel is filled with a lot of holes, how will it stay? As soon as it is poured, it becomes very holy. It just starts moving out. It's not there. And knowledge becomes available to us only when we we plug all the possible apertures through which the knowledge gets completely dissipated. So, asamskrita atmanaha na atmana na vidyuhu. They are not capable of holding this knowledge. Shrunmantovi bahavo yam na vidyuhu. And therefore, Vakta, the teacher, is Ascharya. The teacher is really a very rare one. Very rare. Anekeshu kaschit ekah. Among many people, rare one only really can become a teacher of this. Ascharya means what? Iti charadidi ascharya. Aha. When you open your mouth. So that it comes, this similar verse is coming there also. So there it is said that the teacher is a wonder and the listener is a greater wonder. Ascharyo Vakta Asya Labda Kushalaha. One who gets such a teacher is indeed most fortunate. Ascharyo vakta kushalasya balabdha ascharyo jnata. Finally, one who really understands it is more wonder. Kushala anushishtaha. Kushala anushishtaha. Acharena anushishtaha. By an efficient, Kushala means most efficient teacher by whom he has been taught, such a student indeed is, the knower of this knowledge is indeed a rare one. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit. Out of 1,000 people, may be a rare one. So this knowledge is knowledge, first of all, it is not available. It is not taught in any university or a school. Because this knowledge requires that qualification. Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dhamma, Uparadi, Tidiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan, Mumukshutvam. Swamiji, none of them are there. No, but interesting thing is, if you take interest in the knowledge, all of them will follow. Viveka Vairagya need not be there to start with, but even if you take an attempt to gain this knowledge, you realize that I need Viveka. It will come. Vairagya will come. Gurudev used to say, when you are listening to here, you are getting correct Viveka and you have at least this 1 hour of Vairagya. Isn't it? You're not munching anything, I hope. Right in the corner, sitting there, munching. So at least you have kept a cell phone also, Vairagya about cell phone. Because that cell phone is there with you even when you go to restroom. But now it is not. So that much of Vairagya. And your mind is not wandering about Shama. You are not thinking about anything to eat, Dhamma. Then quiet, Uparati. Then what I am saying, you have some faith, Shraddha. And because of which you have some peace, Samadhan. And what is being indicated as the liberation, Mumukshutvam. But we cannot maintain this. That's the problem. One who maintains this continuously, such a person becomes Kushalaha. Very efficient in learning this knowledge, who has got the efficient teacher as well. That's why it says, Shravanaya bibahubiryo nalabhyaha. Shunmanto bi bahavo yam na vidyuhu ascharyo vakta kushalanulabdha kushalasya labdha ascharyo jnata kushalanushishtah anushishtah kushala anushishtah, being taught by an efficient teacher, such a jnata is ascharya. The knower of this knowledge is indeed a very rare one. That's why in Kathopanishad and all, a person, this teacher asked, did you understand? He said, yes. Then you didn't understand. Edi manyase suvededi. If you think that you know, you don't know. Then the boy said, Naham manye. No, I don't think I know it. Not to please that teacher, it is, he understood. It is not an intellectual idea. It is not an intellectual understanding. One who thinks that it is possible for me to know as an intellectual idea, such an individual gets stuck with that. It has to be transcended. The intellectual knowledge is only a starting point. It is an appreciation of that knowledge, but not experience of it. But then, when does it become a true realization? Here, see, he's already marketing the idea, right? He's not yet come to the subject matter. So he says to here, Nachiketa, Nanarena varena prokta eshaha Suvigneyo bahuta chintyamanaha Ananya prokte gadiratra nasti Aniyan hyatarkyam anupramanat Yeshaha atmaha avarena narena proktaha na suvigneyaha. When this knowledge is spoken by a unfit teacher, it cannot be known. Avarena narena. Avara means down. In Tamil, there is a particular beans which will be hanging down. It's called avara. Avara means falling down, coming down. Avarohanam. Avara, that which is hanging, coming down, meaning a lower standard of teacher. Avarena narena prokta. By a low standard, unfit, inefficient teacher when it is spoken, inferior in other words, yeshaha atma na suvigneya, then it will not be known correctly. Gurudev writes in his commentary beautifully that the one who is wearing jata and then making noise, he will not be the correct teacher. One who is confusing you, it must be very, very clear, with no ambiguity at all. Avarena narena proktaha eshaha na suvigneya. Why? Bahuda achintyamanaha. Because it is leading to many different doubts. Astiva na astiva. Shuddham va ashuddham va. Atma karta va akarta va. These questions may arise in the mind of the student. If, let us say that I am seeing something, as I just now explained, an object I am seeing, object is not making me see. Don't say, I am seeing this serial Swamiji in TV. What? Why? Because it makes me see. TV, how will it make you see? That's why it's called idiot box. Idiot box is not box is idiot. The one who is standing in front of it is an idiot. So it is not the object that is making you, let us say they put some, when you went to a party and there are many different dishes are there. Those dishes call you, come here. Is a vada saying vada. Vada is not calling you. You go. Okay, so therefore, in any action, is the object making you an actor? No. Clear? All right. I am seeing it with my eyes. Is the eyes making you go for it? No. Okay, the mind. Is this the mind making you go there? You may say, yes. It is my thought that is making me go there. Even that thought is not intention. If you are full, then that food is not necessary. You may pack it and go home. That's a different thing. But the intellect is wanting that. So why is it intellect is interested? Why? It is in the sleep, the intellect is quiet, and even if you keep the vada, there is no. But here the vasanas. The past impressions, and past impressions making you feel that the object that you are perceiving is a source of happiness. That wrong understanding, that is what is making you go there. It's not the vada, it's not the eyes, it is not the mind, it is not the intellect, it is a misunderstanding. But without the presence of the Paramatma in you, it will not happen, right? If you are alive only, it will happen. Therefore, it appears, when I am alive, I go for vada. Therefore, this is the one which is making me go there. ऐसा होता है क्या? Is he the karta then? Na karoti na lipyate. It is not an actor. It is only a presence. Is this light which is right away shining on my head? Is it the current responsible for it? Currently? It's not the current that is responsible for it. Current is present. The light is the one which is shining here, right? Without the current, light cannot be. So this light that is there is shining in the presence of the current. Current is not the one which is lighting up here. It is the bulb that is lit up. But without the presence of the current, so current is not the karta of this light. Similarly, one should clearly understand Atma, Kartava, Akartava. Similarly, Astiva, Nastiva. Shuddham va, Ashuddham va. This clarity should come by thinking. That is why he said, Bahuta Chintyamana. Because it is subject to be clarified with deliberation. That's why the being with the teacher is very important, because possible doubts will be there and the thinking will make it very, very clear. Then when he sits for meditation, one has no doubt. Asamshaya buddhi necessary. So, if an imperfect, inferior teacher were to teach, na suvigneyaha atma, then it will not be clearly understood. Then this is the most beautiful statement which is made by the Upanishad here. Please underline that. Ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. That statement Shankaracharya gives 4 interpretations, because it has to be understood very deeply. Prokte, when spoken. Ananya prokte, when an individual, please pay attention, when he speaks about this Atman, he should speak about it as the Advaya Vastu, na Anya Vastu. Advaya Vastu iti. It is not another thing, it is you. It is not a dvayam, it is not a dvitiyam, it is not another, it is not far away from you. When a teacher who has the correct understanding, the Atma is Advaitam, Advayam. Such a teacher, when he speaks, Ananya Prokte, Gati Atra Nasti. First interpretation Shankaracharya gives is here, Astiva Nastiva iti Chinta Nasti. Gati means there is no doubt whether it is there or not. When a teacher, first interpretation is, when a teacher speaks about it Advaitam, then there is no doubt in the student's mind whether it is there or not. This is the first interpretation. Second, the teacher who is speaking about this highest knowledge, he is abiding in that. Ananya prokte, one who is ananya, meaning he doesn't see himself different from the self. When he speaks about it, gatihi natra asti, meaning avagatihi nasti asti, meaning you cannot but know it. So he interprets these 2 words again and again. Ananya prokte, atma ananyaha idi prokte, gatihi astiva nastiva idi samshaya nasti. When a person speaks about it as a non-dual presence of Brahman, in the listener there is no doubt about its existence. Secondly, when the teacher is identified with that higher self, Ananya Atma, Atmani Sthidavan Prokte, when he abides in the higher self and he speaks, na avagadihi asti, meaning there is no possibility of not knowing it. This is the second interpretation. Third interpretation is, when a person of that caliber, when he speaks, you are samsara gadi nasti. Thereafter, there are no gadi, samsara gadi. There is no possibility of you again getting caught up in that whirlpool of samsara. Fourth interpretation, when a man who is abiding in the self, when he speaks, you cannot but realize the truth. Na gadihi, meaning there is no way other than realizing it. That will be realized and no other gadi. Gati means there is no other possibility of going away from. Gati means what? There is no other way. No way. And no other way, it's called NOW, now. You will be realizing it right now. Because he will explain in such a way, it is not away from you at all. It is right now, here and now. It's not day after tomorrow, next moment. That realization should happen right even while the teacher is speaking. So therefore, this statement is beautiful. Ananya prokte gadiratra nasti. If somebody asks, you listen to this Kathopanishad, what did the Kathopanishad say? Ananya prokte gadiratra nasti. You got it. That's why if somebody asks you know Gita? Yes. Sarvadharman parityaja name mamekam sattva. Okay, you know it. I got it. So in the same way, do you know Kathopanishad? Yes. How do you know? Ananya prokte gadiratra nasti. This is a very famous statement. As though it is a Mahavakya there. Why it is that it is so difficult for us to understand? Aniyan, most subtle. Anupramanat aniyan. It is subtler than the subtlest possible. Atom. Anu means atom. It is subtler than the atom. In other words, Atman is subtler than the atom. Atom is said to be subtler, and it is subtler than that. It is at least, it is an object of perception, right? Even atom is object of perception, but it is not an object of perception. So, anoraniyan, aniyan, anupramanat, it is the most subtle. Therefore, interesting thing is, it is leading to the next verse, atarkyam. It cannot be argued. One cannot intellectually argue about it. Why it is not to be intellectual argue about it? He says, Naisha tarkena matirapaneya proktan yenaiva sujnanaya preshta yam tvamapasyat dhritirpadasi Twadrung no bhuyan nachiketa prashta. Esha vidya, esha matihi tarkena na apaneya. Do not ever try to understand this self through any kind of tarka. Na esha tarkena matihi apaneya. Esha madihi, esha vidya, this knowledge cannot be obtained through any kind of tarka. Tarka means what? See, usually a tarka is where you logically try to argue. It is by no argumentation you realize this. Because all arguments are done by the intellect. And intellect always try to objectify everything. Anything not objectified is not in the realm of intellect. Gurudev used to say that intellect's field is cause and effect. If this is a cause, this is an effect. If I see the effect, that must be the cause. But here, this is not possibly understood as a cause and effect, because it is neither a cause of everything, nor it is an effect of anything, neither causes anything. Bhagavan Krishna also says, I don't make you do anything. I am just there present. So, aham na karta, but in my presence only all karma will take place. See, now you are breathing. Have you ever thinking about stopping it? Even when you are sleeping, is it happening or not? Do you do it? Thank God. Otherwise, it's another work. What to do morning till evening? I have to go on this problem, you know. I have to breathe. See, Prakriti, the body is a product of Prakriti, right? And the body will breathe because that is its job. It will continue to do whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you notice it or not. How? In his presence, the things, everything will become engaging in their own nature. But this itself is not a product of anything. It is not a product of any karma. Any argument you put intellectually, trying to objectify it, and usually what a person of argumentation, intellectual person, he will keep on trying to object it. And you cannot object because this is not an object. No objection possible. Though the only vehicle that we have to reach there to the portal of the self is intellect. That to the portal of the self you can go with the intellect. Beyond that, you have to undress yourself. Gurudev used to say, undress and embrace. So, once one person was doing an interview with Gurudev. I think it was some Philippines or somewhere else. I don't know, some Asian country. They were videotaping what he was saying. So they were doing the interview. Sir, what is your final message to the listeners? Undress and get out. That's all he said. The fellows they were totally shocked. What do you mean? Meaning, unless you discard your identification, you will not get out of it. So this shedding away is not an act which you can do, it has to happen. Just like when you sleep, you may want to sleep, but the sleep is not decided by you. You decide to sleep. Do you? You may want to sleep and lie down and put the bed on and put the pillow and then switch off the light and everything you do, but sleep is not decided by you. It happens. When you get prepared, is it not? In the same way, this realization of the self is not a product of logical argumentation. Though, to get the clarity, you may have to use your intellect to make sure that you understand it fully with no doubt. That doubtless knowledge, when you reach and then abide by that, the realization of that reality on its own accord will take place. Naisha tarkena matirapaneya. But when it is clearly spoken by the right person, ananyeneva sujnanaya preshta prokta. Prokta, the speaker is ananyena eva. One who is undifferentiated from the self, sujnanaya preshta, when it is properly obtained, praishtaha. A preshta here actually addressing even Nachiketas, hey preshta, oh priyamana, oh one who is dear to me. Understand one thing, when it is spoken by somebody who is completely abiding by that alone, it can be understood. Sujnanaya. And therefore he says, Yam tvam apaha. You have come to the right place now. Yam tvam apaha. Apaha means praptavan. Yam sujnanam matim praptavan. Why do you consider that you are the most fit person to receive this knowledge? Satyadriti. You are a satyadritihi, meaning satye dritihi. You are totally having steadfastness in this truth. In this satye dritihi, you have the determination about the truth. And that's why you are not deviated by here and there anything. Satye dritihi bata asi. Bata means here, out of compassion, the bata is ha. Oh, the exclamation there. But you can say in Hindi, beta. Bata means oh beta, meaning dear one. You understand that you are a man of steady in strength, in the satyam, in the truth. And I wish I had students like you. Twadring, like you, naha, for us, Nachiketaha prashta bhuyat. Prashta means questionnaire, one who asks a prashna is a prashta. Prashtaha twadring, may my disciples like you may bhuyat. Naha bhuyat, for us. We should teach students like you, because really a student makes the teacher excellent. Because the student, when he is inquisitive, wanting to know more and more and more, that opens up. The teacher starts opening up more and more. If the student is, chalo, aap kuch bhi batao. In a total disinterest in whatever is going on. And the teacher says, bas, itna hi. Enough is enough. That is all you need. Because you do not have that enthusiasm. The face is not lighting up. Janamyaham sevaderitya nityam nahyadhruvai prapyate hi dhruvam tat tato maya nachiketas chitognihi anityai dravyai praptavanasmi nityam. Here Yama confesses one thing. I as an individual here, why Yama is now holding a position of a Yama? One who is Dharmapalakaha. Why? He says, I know that the wealth cannot take me too far. Janami aham. I know. What? Shevadir iti anityam. Shevadi means wealth in general. Shevam means happiness. Shevam dharayadi iti shevadi. That which, see, usually what we think, happiness is a product of wealth. That we have this strong notion in our head, if I have money, I should be happy. This is being given to you when you are even the school and the college also, but this has been put into your head, every one of our head. He says, I was also like that. Shevadhi, I thought, but later on I come to know that as anityam. Even as I come to know that the wealth, holding on to the wealth is not going to give me permanence, because I know adhruvaihi dhruvam tat na prapyate. Adhruvaihi, by impermanent things, dhruvam nityam atmanam na prapyate, is not available. You cannot buy the self with the wealth. You cannot gain this self-knowledge by any kinds of money. Nowadays what they say, $350 for the first course on Atman. Oh, okay, $350 you pay and then go for this course, etc. Prana. What are you doing? Trying to find the self. Fine. After that, abhi tak nahi hua. Oh, that is second course, $500. You go closer. Go on paying. This is not available for money. No money can reach there. Adhruvam, adhruvaihi na dhruvam prapyate. It is not possible for you to obtain the permanent by impermanent means. Janami aham. I know it. In spite of that, tataha maya nachiketas chitaha agnihi. Chitaha collected. Agnihi, the fire, meaning what I taught you, this whole thing I did. What I taught you, I have completed that process of gaining that swarga. Therefore, anityaihi dravyaihi, with the impermanent material, praptavanasmi, I have gained this yamyam padam. This abode of yamyapada, yamapada, I have gained. And I know it is only relatively permanent, nityam. In the case of a person who is living in the world, change is more compared to Swarga. Even that is temporary compared to Brahmaloka. As you know, Brahmaloka is subject to perishing only when Brahma's tenure is over. Swargaloka ends when an individual's punya ends. Martyaloka when the body ends. When the body is no more, this Martyaloka is disappear. When your Punya ends, so Sargaloka will disappear. When Brahmaji's tenure ends, that also will disappear. Brahma Bhuvanan Lokan Anityan. All the worlds are Anitya only. Knowing well only, I have gained this Anitya Loka, that is Yamya Pada. So, but that does not mean that you also, but I taught you, but what you did was, you presently what you did, even that you have renounced. Which I have worked so hard to get, you said, chalo, le lo. I don't want that also. I gave it to you, but you didn't even care about it. So he says here, Kamasya aptim jagata pradishtam kratoranantyam abhayasya param stomam mahadurgayam pradishtam drishtva धृत्या धीरो नचिकेतोऽत्यस्राक्षीः Kamasya aptim. It is this Brahmaloka which is said to be the final part a jiva can reach. I have told you about that. So one is the Martyaloka, whatever we enjoy the pleasures is one thing. The pleasures and the intensity of joy that one may get in Swarga is little higher. But Brahmaloka Prapti is where an individual gains the highest amount of joy, leading to realization after Brahmaji's tenure is over. Kamasya apti, meaning at the final fulfillment of all the kamas, Kamasya aptim, and what is that? Jagata pradishtam. It is a Virata Pada. It is a total cosmic physical identification. Virat is none other than the Virata Purusha is the one who is the physical reality of the entire world, the totality. There are three different levels of the manifestation of the power. Total gross world is called Virata. Total mind world, subtle body world is called Hiranyagarbha. And the total causal world is called Ishvaraha. So through this Brahmaloka Prapti, one gains the total identification with the world. You may not understand, you may think that this is... So when a person becomes a local MLA, what does that mean? He is trying to identify with a particular area, geographical area in his location, which he is in charge of. So if any problem there, you go and ask him, and then that person becomes capable, powerful enough to get things done, correct? Then he becomes Mahapapi, the meaning MP. So the MP, the MP is little more powerful, and he uses the power for getting things done and business and other things, and he gets more money because he is more power. The chief minister is little more power. Then the prime minister, president. So as you proceed on to a different level, your ability, identification, power and authority, everything becomes more and more. Imagine a person who is in charge of the entire world. Not only the world, universe. That is Virat. So Virata Purusha, who's Sahasra Shirusha Purushaha, Sahasrakshas Sahasrapad, Sabhumim Vishwato Vrutva, Ati Atishtat Dasha Angulam, Purusha Evedagam Sarvam. So that is the Virata Purusha, who includes everything. But he includes the physical reality of the everything, but the mind is Hiranyagarbha, which is Brahma. The one who is much with the causal world, what makes the everybody act? What is the karma world, the complete, that is Ishvara. So here, through this very Nachiketa Agni, one is able to gain the Virata Padavi. Even that, Kratoho, with all the various Hiranya Garbhasthanam, Anantyam, infinite, Abhayasya Param, beyond, the other shore of fear. Abhayasya, of the fearlessness, Param. Has reached the other end of this shore of fearlessness. Stomam, Stutyam, most praiseworthy. Mahat Urugayam, extreme, and Urugayam means Vistirnam, which is vast indeed. Pradishtam, that abode Drishtva, having even seen that possibility of gaining that kind of a power, Shrutva, listening, Dhiraha Nachiketaha Atyasrakshi, he gave it up. I don't want that. Utsrishtava. Even that I do not want. In a golden platter, this is president of a country. Keep it to yourself. Tavevavaha tamrati gita. I don't want that. So to say that realization of the self is much of a greater happiness, infinite happiness than anything else that you can get in this world. But we don't see it that way. We see it as, as a dry intellectual, process. One more verse we'll see here and we'll conclude. Tam durdarsham gudamanupravishtam guhahidam gahvareshtam puranam adhyatma yogadigamena devam matva dhiro harsha shokau jahati. Finally, Nachiketa has sought after something even beyond the Virata Patavi. What is that? Tam, that which one? Durdarsham, most difficult to comprehend. Gudam, hidden. Anupravishtam, hidden where? Hidden in your own buddhi. Guha hitam. It is available in the guha of Hridaya guha or buddhi guhayam. Hitam. The guhayam hitam. It is written, it is there, present in there. Gahvareshtam. Gahvare sthitam. It is anega anarthe sthitam. It is sitting right in the middle of matter. Gahvara ishtam sthitam. Gahvare sthitam gahvare ishtam. Gahvare in the anarthe. In the middle of the matter, it is present. Puranam. Most ancient. Puratanam. And how do you come to realize this? Adhyatma yoga adigamena. Adhyatma yoga. By keeping your mind exclusively returning from this objects, manasi atmani stapanam. Keeping the mind exclusively in the self. Adhyatma yoga adigamena devam matva. Having understood dhiraha harsha shokau jahati. Such a person alone can overcome both harsha and shoka, joy and sorrow. Such an individual alone can, who has realized that one as one's own reality, he can overcome all the joys and sorrows, success, failure, gain and loss, and become one with that supreme happiness. So we will see rest of the text in the next set of our series, next series. I'll tell about that after we conclude this. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.